Hey guys, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. So I just wanted to make a video about the idea that I just posted in the channel. So I have been posting about it since 2023, I think so. I can't remember exactly, but I remember I had that three drive idea for the next run. Okay, so those of you don't know, this was the we had single top here, then we had a good double top. Then I was like, okay, we might end up making three drives. Okay, so that's the reason why I was trying to short here. I remember the 66,000. No, 66,000 was here. Yeah, 66,000 was here. There was one more shot that I was looking at here. Yeah, I was trying to short 80,000 only here. I remember back in April. I was like, okay, this is going to go to 83,000, but nah, didn't happen. And anyways, the reason why I'm making this video is to, show you guys the idea behind those levels to as I said, I'm going to make more educated videos. So here I am. uh, I know I was wrong about 78 to 82,000 range. I know I was just being way too conservative. Even though I had these levels on the chart, right? I have had these levels on the chart. Still, I was like, I was just being way too conservative. I had posted about those levels as well a couple of times. I think so. BTC USD chart has it this time. Yeah, this was the idea. I remember I had posted this idea and this had those levels. Okay, so this were the levels that I was looking at since way back, right? But still, I was being way too conservative. Okay, no, we might just top out at 78 to 82K. There was one more push up that I was looking for, but I was like, okay, we might just come here and we just start to consolidate, and altos will run up, but it's not happening that way, right? Ethereum hasn't made new all-time highs. Dodge is moving like crazy. Pepe is making new all-time highs. Memes are the ones who are, as many have been saying, this is memes super cycle, and they're right. It is meme super cycle because funds are flowing to memes far more than the like look at, for example, tokens like zero layer zero. It's good tech, right? Like layer zero bridge I still use because it is one of the cheapest after there was a version 2 update. It is one of the cheapest bridges, but like look at the price action on it. So it's just that there is so much, they are just not moving like tech. People are not interested in it. People are far more interested in, let's say, memes, right? That's why Robinhood just listed Pepe, I think so. So yeah, it was Pepe. So yeah, this was the idea that I have been watching for far too long. I think so. I have had shared this idea with you guys in Telegram. I hadn't posted about it in out here on TradingView. I can't remember why, but I hadn't posted about it. Probably in private I had, but I have to go through all the ideas, so I'm not gonna do that. So the idea is it's just it's pretty simple, to be honest. So this was the chart that I posted in Telegram, right? So this was the first run up. This was the red zone that I had marked, and this was the second run, right? So I remember posting it here, or I can't remember exactly where, but I was like, okay, we might just start to top out before 2025. Probably I have shared it with some of you in personal. I can't remember because I wasn't making any educational videos in public channels. I have been just I have uploaded just two videos so far. I will try to make more educational content. I'm trying my best. So this was the idea, right? This is the red zone, and this is another red zone, right? This 104,000 to 126. As I said, the lowest target. This is why I cashed out majority at 81,000. This was a level for me on higher time frames, and this chart I haven't touched in long, way long time. I think so. It's been at least few months, if not over a year. I think so. It's been few months at least. So how did I got this level? What are these levels? What am I looking at? What I'm trying to tell you? Okay, so Let's delete the chart. So it's gonna be much more clean for you guys, right? So the levels that you're looking at, it's you need to go way back when BTC was in just few cents. Yeah. Imagine if you had bought here and you would have just held through all that, and imagine how rich you will be here. Anyways, so this is the idea. Like I have talked about Fibonacci extension before as well, right? So what you usually do is when I use Fibonacci extension, it's to figure out what levels are gonna be interesting ones on higher time frame, or let's say coin is in price discovery mode, like the way BTC is right now, right? So let's start through here. Okay, so I'm not taking this first run up. Okay, this is the low that price had made before making a significant run up, like before first run. You can say this was the first bull run. Okay, so this was the low, or call this first cycle proper technically. This was the first cycle. Okay, so this was the low and this was the high. Okay, at $31, and this was the significant retracement, correct? Or you can say this was the bottom of that particular cycle, right? So as you can see on the chart, these are the two 0.618 and 0.68 level that you are seeing on the chart. You can take, instead of 0.68, you can take 0.7 as well. Probably that will be better, or let's see. But this is an interesting zone, right? So price had started to top out around those levels, as you can see here. So this was the initial top that we made, correct? So at 1313, and the top was at 1242. So this was an interesting zone, interesting profit booking zone. I know this is a 100% zone, but considering the run up that you had, yeah, that was a good zone to book profits at, right? So after price made highs, after price topped out here, I need to get a highlighter. Okay, so this was the first run up, this was the significant retracement, and this was the zone that we got based on that retracement on Fibonacci. And this is where price topped out, right? This was the first run up, and this is where price topped out. Now let's see what price did second time, right? So this was the lowest low that we had before we made new significant highs, swing lows, or this was the low, significant low, simple. This was the high, top of the bull run. And what was the low of that run before price started to break out new all-time highs? So this was the lowest price came to, correct? Say something interesting. So this was, again, this is the zone where price started to top out. Now here price went above it, because I think so top was at 17,000, right? 19,000, and the zone was at 14,641. But we weren't able to have a good candle closing about it. We started to have a rejection through that, right? So maybe let's say here you can say 0.786, which is significant Fibonacci level. So this is just trial and error, but that is just way too far, right? That is at 25,000. So what you can try is you can say, okay, maybe put in a fib retracement of 50% between this two zone. So okay, yeah, that's close enough. That's also at 0.7, right? But let's stick to 0.7, because that's the kind of rough idea that I have. So this was the zone where after this huge run, let's say it started from 194 and it went up all the way to 21,000. So that's about 10,000 or 15,000 gains. This was a good zone to book profits at, right? Even though this was a wide zone similar to here, 50% wide zone, right? Now it happened once, it happened twice. Now again, you are looking at the low, you are taking the highs, okay, and you are looking at taking the lows. Again, what happened? So again, we had somewhere around 40%, 30% zone. I think so. Yeah, 30, 35, 40, 45%. 45% zone we had. You see, those zones are getting smaller and smaller because a run up have been smaller and smaller, right? So this was the zone at 60,000, between 60,900 to 90,000, right? Even though that's a wide zone, when you start to market from $3,000, that's a good enough zone in my opinion on higher time frame as an investor, right? So that was a good zone. So what price did was it got stopped here. It wasn't able to go above that zone, right? Before we used to go above it, we used to have wicks about it, above it, but we weren't able to go above it, right? Now again, like as I said, if it happened once, probably you are lucky. If it happened twice, you are lucky, maybe. But there is something to it, right? And then again, third time it happened. Third time as well, price started to, at least it started to have a rejection through that zone, and we have marked a top there. So same idea goes for our last run as well, or the run that we are in. So the bottom was here. I'm not counting this lows, COVID lows, because this was a good accumulation only. So this was the low, lowest of the low. The top was here, 68,997, and this was the retracement, right? So this is the zone that I have. This is the reason why you see that 104,000 and 126, I think so, though. 0.68. Yeah, 126,926. So this is how I got the zone, and this is why I'm just keeping an eye on it, right? So as I said, if my 78 to 82k zone is gonna be broken, right? 78 to 82k, I'm just gonna trade along the way. So the remaining 50% of my position, I will try to book if we get here, right, if we get into this zone, I will be loading off those rest of those positions as well. I'm planning to book majority by nine. Like I am gonna book some here as well at 93,000 as well. I'm gonna book another 10%. That's me 60% out of the position, and I will be booking another 20% as well between this zone. Right. I will start booking at 100,000 to 110 to 115,000 most probably. I won't hold off till 126. I don't think so. We will get there. I genuinely don't think so. We will get there. Probably I'm wrong once again because I was wrong about 78 to 82k zone. Right. So this is the zone that I'm looking at. There is one more thing. One more thing on the chart that I was looking at. So there is a parallel channel that I had drawn. So I think so. Let me just, yeah. This was the low, the big candle. This was the low, and this was the support. Okay, right. Just give me a minute. I think so. Yeah, it was this one. So give me a minute. No, wait. This is 2017, right? Okay, hold up. Give me a minute. So, yeah, it was this one. No, wait a minute. I forgot how I drawn it. Which law I had taken. It wasn't this low. It was. Yeah, it was this low. Okay, so this is the parallel channel that I had drawn, right? So this is the parallel channel that I was looking at. It was this high. Yeah, this high. Okay, so as you can see on the chart, we got the FIBs. Okay, now this was the low of 2017 July bottom, This was the high. Again, we had a good retracement. It acted as a support here, right? Now you can see here how that mid channel acted as a support here, correct? Let me just it acted as a support here, right? It was a good support. Then it started to act as a resistance, and we came to channels, low of the channel, or we came from high to low, right? Again, price went up. It got rejected at mid channel. Price came back down. It wasn't able to close below that channel. We started the run up. We had nice breakout, good breakout through here, and it went up to parallel channels. Resistance. It went up to the resistance. Now, again, what price did was we came back to support. It acted as a support for a while. Then, once we broke through it, we just came back all the way to support, right? To parallel channel support. So we acted as a support here. This was a good support, and we had significant run up in March, April, yeah, 2024, and we got rejected here. We didn't dump all the way to parallel channels bottom, but we just consolidated, right? We just consolidated and reaccumulated probably. Now again, what price is doing is basically we are just having a breakup. Uh, we are back to that mid channel, and it's just that I am just trying to find few confluences if I can. So this is a zone, right, that we are looking at, and this is the final approx target that we are looking at, right? Approx here. So if as I said, if we start to go above this zone, what I can do is I can simply just try to find a retracement here and aim for higher, because this is an uptrend channel that we are in, and it's currently holding at least for a moment, right? But I kind of like how, let's say, if price start to stagnate here the way I want it to go sideways, right? Let's say price start to go sideways here, what's gonna happen probably that we are gonna see some sideways action, right? Let's say if we go sideways for a few months or so, right? So if we go sideways, let's say price come back down here, not fab, next month itself, price come back down here, then in Jan and Fab, this is gonna be a confluence for me, right? Because we have parallel channels midline, and it lines up perfectly with a fib level. So that's why, as I said, that these are just vague ideas that I'm trying to share with you guys, because we are in price discovery mode, right? So even though people are gonna claim that they are catching the top, I genuinely don't feel like, even me personally, that okay, I can say this is gonna be the top. Yeah, this is the top of the cycle. Probably there are gonna be few people who are that great at catching the tops, but for me it's all trial and error, and I'm proud of it, that I just go through different ideas to figure out what price is gonna do, and we trade based off it, right? Similar to how I have memes, I'm now trading memes, and I'm back to leverage trading. So it's just that it's all trial and error. You are trying to figure out what price is gonna do, and you adapt according to that, right? Just be water, that's it. What else I wanted to talk about? Yeah, bicycle. So if you want to just cut the noise, I had a friend who showed me this indicator, and it was as I said, with those fib extension, this is also really interesting one. So it had you need to go to weekly. You can just go to indicators and search for pi cycle top, and you will find it, right? So this is the one that you see on the chart. This is the one. So pi cycle bitcoin top, so this just shows top, this doesn't show bottom, but there are a few indicators that you can see that will show you bottom as well, right? So this is just crossover, right? This is just EMA crossover that have been accurate. Okay, so this is a moving average of 350 that you see on the chart, the green one, and the red one that you see is the 111.